What's up, guys? I'm LegoLord, and this is my workshop. Hello guys, so for today's video, we are going to be doing a brick tip on how to do Lego crates. So this might be kind of a boring one, but I think it can be really interesting. I'm going to be showing you guys how I built the crates and the crates that I did in my last mock, so you can see what those finished products look like. I will be putting them in a smaller mini mock today, so let's get started. I think first of all, we are going to build the crates before we start any of the actual mock. That way, if you're just coming to see how I built the crates, you can get that out of the way, so to speak. So, here are the parts we're going to need for the first longer ones. It's basically built in 3 parts. I'd say one of the biggest tips for building crates is use snot. It's very hard to not use snot and have a good looking crate. So I'd say you almost always have to use snot. It's almost like a must have. So first we're going to build the 2 side panels. I use 2 3x2 plates and some plates stacked on top of each other, as well as slopes on the side. Just kind of give it a curved look, and once you're done, it'll be an octagonal shape. So there's the one. We are going to be building another one of those. So as you can see, yeah, we're just adding slopes on the side. This will, when we put it all together, it'll kind of give it a circular look. So that's why we are doing that. So now we are going to build the middle section. It features our snot pieces, the bricks with the studs on the side. This enables us to be able to attach our side panels. So as you can see, we just made the little centerpiece. We are now going to attach the 2 side panels to it, like so. Now we have our main crate. Then we're just going to take 1 by 1 circular studs, attach them to the stop pieces on the side, then attach these discs. It caps it off really nice, provides some contrast to all of the light gray. So that is the first crate. That is how I built that. As you can see, we do have that octagonal shape. So it's the first crate. The second crate, we're actually going to build 3 of them. I'll just explain to you how to do the first one, and then we'll build the next 3 a little faster. So this basically is going to be your cylinder, like fuel crate. It relies on 3 parts as well. You have the top and the bottom, and then you have the grate pieces in the sides, on the sides that I use. So set that off to the side. First, what we're going to do is we have to attach. This is going to be the bottom piece. We have to attach the panel, the tile to the plate. So obviously all circular, because that is what we're doing. And now what we're going to do is attach this Technic pin, like so. Then we are going to run this rod through, pushing it as far as it'll go until you hit the back of that plate. So now that we have it like that, what we're going to do, we're going to build the top piece first. So we have another one of these pieces, the plate with the axle piece in the middle. We're going to attach one of those on there and take one of these disc pieces, these radar dish pieces, and attach it like so. Now that we have that piece, we're going to build the center. This piece will cap off the end at the top. So now we're going to take 4 of these grate pieces and attach them in there just like so. We're going to be doing that on all the sides. They fit in just perfectly, actually really nicely. And then the other piece holds them on top, and they're actually very sturdy. The reason we did run that black peg through the middle is for a few different reasons. One, it is a rod that just goes through the entire thing, so it makes it much more sturdy. The second thing is that once we attach these grate pieces, they are great pieces, so you can see through. This can pose a problem, obviously, because you don't want to be able to see through your crates. That's not very realistic. So you put the black in there. This prevents you from seeing through and gives it a far more realistic look. So now that those are all on, we take our cap piece. You are going to have to mess around with it. And push it down like so. And that is going to be our fuel cylinder, as you can see. I'm just going to build a few more of those quickly. So, yes, if you guys weren't aware, next Tuesday, I am going to be releasing episode 1 of building Anaxis in Lego. So, if any of you guys know who David Hall is or Solid Brick Studios, you know the kind of format I will be doing. So, if you guys were not aware, next Tuesday is when I will be releasing my building Anaxis in Lego first mock update. So I'm really excited for that. If you guys are familiar with David Hall, he's a very large member of the community. He is the one who makes those giant MOCs on the ping pong tables. You probably have seen him, even if you don't know who he is. He makes these giant MOCs on ping pong tables, and it's really cool because he does weekly updates on them and takes you through the build process, shows you how he's doing it, and gives you an update every week. So I will be doing the same thing he does with that. They will be an update every Tuesday. That will also coincide with the new Bad Batch show on Disney+. So, if you are part of the community, you most likely know that next Tuesday they are releasing the first Bad Batch episode. It's basically going to be Clone Wars Season 8, and a lot of people are really excited for that. It's the same animators. They have Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau working on it, so same people that did Clone Wars and Rebels. So, that is going to be really cool. Obviously, the Bad Batch show, the main characters in the Bad Batch show is the Bad Batch, as well as in my Anaxis MOC. If you did watch Clone Wars Season 7, you do know that the first episode in that season features the Bad Batch. The whole first arc, actually, the first 4 episodes, although I will be focusing on the first episode. I'm going to be building the Scout Tower from that first episode. So, if you do know what that is, you have a little head start on what I will be talking about on Tuesday. Tuesday is really just going to be planning. I'm going to start throwing down some base plates, and we are going to start building, but nothing drastic. We're just going to be building the foundation. There's not going to be anything that will be visible by the end of the mock, really. We might just be laying down some base plates. It is going to be made so it can be movable because we are taking it to BrickFair, Virginia. So that I'm really excited for that. So we will be building it in sections. Just so everybody knows. That way it is movable and we can transport it down to Virginia. So again, BrickFair, Virginia. It's one of the largest LEGO conventions in the world. The largest in the United States. And it is obviously in Virginia. And it is very large. A ton of people go there. If you ask anybody in the community, most people, if they're involved enough, will know about BrickFair, Virginia. A lot of people that you watch here on YouTube that are big members of the community will be there because it was canceled last year. So, due to that, basically, everybody is really excited for this year because they didn't get to do it last year. So, a lot of people are going to be going there. Most big people in the community will be going to that. I know David Hall said he was going to go to that. Matthew the Brick Wiz, Ryan from M&R Productions, he's going. Rich Boy J, all of those people that are big members in the community, they have all said they are going to be going to that because it is going to be the first one in 2 years, obviously, due to COVID. So as you can see right now, we are just starting to build this little platform. You can see the same technique. I did it in my last mock, so go check that out. I did use this exact same technique. So, that was really cool. So, you guys can go check that out. I actually did it a little bit different, but it was pretty much the same exact thing. We are building it in panels. So, just messing around with it, seeing what is going to look the best. Okay. You do have to, I reiterate this all the time, I know, but that is one of the major things if you're building a mock. Do not be afraid to tear it all up and start over, basically, because that is going to happen. It's inevitable. So I think that's pretty much starting off the panel. Just building the little pieces. It does fit in really nice then. Like that. We'll build the last piece now. Let's see. So yes, that will be coming out next Tuesday. I'm really excited for that because it is coinciding with the Disney Plus show. So every Tuesday, once you're done watching that, you can go on YouTube, and at 5 o'clock, I'll have my premiere for the Bad Batch. Building Anaxis. That will coincide with the Bad Batch show. So I'm really excited for that because that's going to be perfect timing. And yes, I did plan that. I did wait. I was going to start Anaxis earlier. That way I'd make sure I had it done by time for Virginia rolls around. That is end of July, early August, if you didn't know. So anyway, yes, I was looking at that, and I was a little worried, but I really wanted to wait for Bad Batch to come out. So we did wait for that. Hope it doesn't kick me in the butt later when it's time to go to Virginia, but I think I can get it done in time. We are going to be pushing it though, so we will have updates every week. There's not going to be any breaks. I'm going to try my hardest. I have already started accumulating parts. I do have a little surprise for the first episode. There is a little thing in there that I will be showing off that I purchased. So that is going to be exciting. As I have mentioned, I have started buying stuff. You will see what that is in next Tuesday's video. I do have a little thing I want to show you guys. So I have been saving up money for that because that is going to be very expensive. Anybody who's built a large mock knows those are not cheap whatsoever. Those can be very expensive, especially when you're on a schedule like that. You are pushed on time, so it can be very stressful. And a lot of times you do make mistakes in orders and stuff, and then you need to go back, reorder stuff because you made a mistake, and it just costs a lot of time and money. So have been saving up for that though. We're hoping for as little complications in that process as possible, but I am not waiting for if it'll happen, but when at this point, because that's usually how building a mock goes. It's never perfect. As much as you try, there's always going to be complications when you build something like that. So the goal, I mentioned that the goal was 10 to 15. We are going to have to hit like 10 though, because anybody who is doing the math, we have May, June, and then July. That's like roughly 13, 14 weeks. We are going to have to hit that. My goal is 10. That way we have plenty of time for me to arrange all the minifigures, get all that stuff all ready for when we have to ship that to Virginia. So that is going to be very cool. I hope we do get that done in time. I'm expecting that we will, so I am very hopeful on that point. Just arranging the final touches here. I do have this little tower. If you saw, I did build a little tower. It's a little like what? It's like this communications tower. That way the troopers that are on the ground can communicate with their forces orbiting the planet. So it does use an illegal technique. So I know a lot of people do not like illegal techniques. The clip does attach on an angle right there. So you can look at beautiful illegal technique. I use those all the time. I actually enjoy using them. I think it's cool. I think it's creative, and I do not fault anybody for doing it. I do it all the time, and I love doing it. I think it just makes stuff look better. So I think it's okay to take creative liberties like that. I was really pushing it with the sticky tack. I was very, how do I put this? I was very wary of starting down that path because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to stop once I started. Is then I'd start cutting Lego pieces and scary stuff like that. I am not going to cut any Lego pieces. I can tell you that for sure. But then again, I said I'd never use sticky tack, so I don't know. I really hope I never get to that point. I am really hoping I won't. But we are at this point using sticky tack just on the figures. We are not using it on anything else. I am not planning on doing that, but you know how that works. So we are finishing up right now. Final minifigure placement. As you can see, I just toppled all of the vegetation, placing my figures. It is very hard because, as you can see, I don't have headlight bricks to attach the minifigures to. I have just been kind of setting the figures on. I balance their hands and their feet a certain way. The hands help keep the balance, and then the feet, you have to get them on the right angle to give the right range of movement, but also so that the figure does not fall over. I have considered using sticky tack on the feet, but I don't want to start that. That is much more visible, and I don't like that. Because the hands, I guess it's pretty similar, but I don't even want to start down that. So we are not going to use sticky tack on the minifigure feet, but who knows? We might end up doing that in the future. That's not the plan, though. So there is our little vignette. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. I'm going to be starting to do a little montage at the end of these little vignettes. That way you can see a few more pictures, because I know this angle you can't see much. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was shorter than my normal brick tips, but it was not as hard of a design to build. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified the next time I release a new video. I'd also really appreciate if you liked this video and shared it with your friends. As always, I am LegoLord, and this is my workshop.